One of the easiest ways to start investing in real estate without you waiting to raise all the funds you need alone is through what we call co-ownership. This can be between business partners, friends, siblings, colleagues, or even husband and wife. By pooling resources together, people can acquire valuable properties that may have been difficult to purchase individually. However, while co-ownership creates a lot of opportunities to own properties and grow in that portfolio, it can also destroy relationships if not well structured. Many property disputes, family disagreements, partnership conflicts, and prolonged court cases arise because co-owners fail to properly define their intentions, rights, and obligations from the beginning before starting. Before entering into any form of co-ownership arrangement, there should be a clear written agreement stating the percentage ownership ratio of each party. Of course, this will be based on each person's contributions. Around the time Fountain Properties Limited was incorporated, my wife and I disagreed on ownership ratio continuously for almost 1 month. She argued on how she's going to drive all the marketing, sales, and I argued on how it was my vision and how I am bringing all the equity needed for takeoff. You know, women, wise women would always know how to get what they want from their husbands. Eventually, I agreed to her 50-50 proposal, that a 50-50 shareholding, and our lawyer was instructed accordingly to reflect that in the CSC document. But this is not meant for you to miss the point. The point here is that it is better you handle the crisis before taking off, because such settlements are more difficult to arrive at when the business is already on the cruise. This doesn't only apply to co-ownership in real estate investments. It has practical implications across all forms of business relationships and partnerships. My friend in Port Harcourt, who is currently battling for the soul of a hospitality business he founded with 3 other friends, will relate with what I am saying better. Their case is all over the courts. The courts in Nigeria, because the business has become a multi-billion naira business. There was no clear-cut partnership agreement from the beginning, and the settlement is not on site for them. Therefore, while trying to acquire property with anyone, there is need to clearly state ownership proportions or ratios, the type of ownership you people are going into, and where co-ownership contract is absent. Let me let you know that the law recognizes 2 types of real estate co-ownership structures by default once you fail to state it. Number 1 is joint tenancy, and 2, tenancy in common. In joint tenancy, all the co-owners own the property as if they were one. No distinction as to percentages or ratios. They are united in possession and in rights over the property. But pay attention now. When a co-owner under joint tenancy dies, the property automatically devolves or inherited by the surviving co-owner. In other words, you cannot transfer your rights under joint tenancy through any will or through your will. This arrangement is perfect for a family house jointly acquired by husband and wife. When one dies, the other automatically inherits the will of the deceased person, notwithstanding. No probate, no letters of administration required. The second structure, which applied by default if you fail to state it clearly in the contract, is tenancy in common. Here, each party owns a definite portion. You know the number of units or the stake or the proportion you have from the beginning, and you are free to transfer or to will it to anybody unfettered. You have the right to do that, to use it or transfer it to whoever you will. This is the type I entered into with my wife through our real estate company and investments. Why co-ownership contract is important before starting is that you spell everything out. If you fail to do that, when crisis hits, you will leave the courts with no option than to presume or guess what your intentions were. And at this juncture, the court will be at liberty to impose either joint tenancy or tenancy in common. Then it may be too late to establish that the contrary was intended by the parties. But with co-ownership contracts, you can go outside these two traditional ownership models and specify who bears what responsibilities, how income and expenses will be shared, what happens if one party wants to sell, what happens in the event of death of any of the co-owners, in the event of incapacity, in the event of divorce, bankruptcy, disagreement, and the procedure for separation whenever the parties want to part ways. You specify all of them. No matter how strong relationships may be today, it is wise to document expectations while the relationship is still very cordial. If you are already on that path with a business partner without co-ownership contracts, or you are operating with loose oral agreements or understanding, after watching this video now, let your partner know the need for formal and well-defined co-ownership agreement and structure. And for further guidance, feel free to book for my one-on-one session. The link to do that is in the description, and I will help you structure your co-ownership so that it can be able to stand the test of time. At encumberedproperties.com, our mission is to help the public identify and avoid real estate investment traps. This is also why I have come up with 7 steps to acquiring a clean property title, a practical checklist. This very important manual will help you avoid falling for real estate scams. The link to order for your own copy is in the description. And please, if you are aware of any property in dispute, a government acquired property, a land subject to multiple sales, family disputes, or any other risky real estate offers anywhere capable of entrapping people's investments, please kindly bring it to our attention. Together, we can help create a safer real estate investment environment. Until I come your way again, I remain Madueke Enwere. I am a real estate investment lawyer. I'm a chief superintendent of police, and by God's grace, the founder, Encumberedproperties.com. Encumberedproperties.com remains the only real estate frauds prevention platform. We love you and we care about the safety of your real estate investment. And before you sign out, don't forget to click the subscribe button so that you don't miss any of our real estate investment tips and red alerts that are designed to keep you ahead of real estate mistakes. And share this video now so that others can as well see it and learn. Bye for now.